If you've ever wondered about hiring a financial advisor, maybe you worry that it's too late to start working with a professional. Or if you're young, could it be too early? Well, our next guest is here with an answer to that question about timing. Susie Brotz is a financial advisor with Edward Jones. Good morning to you, Susie.
Good morning, Tiffany. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. You are, as I mentioned, a financial advisor with Edward Jones. Talk a little bit about if you're currently working, if you're open, what it's like right now for you guys.
Yes, thankfully we are open. We've been able to remain open throughout the shutdown and have transitioned fairly seamlessly to all of our meetings, hosting either virtually or on the telephone.
So who do you work with? Because I kind of teased it, are you too old and late? Are you too early and young?
It's never too early or too late to get started. I work with young and old. I would say demographically, my client base right now is probably split 40-60, male, female, and the average age is about 50. Again, that being said, I've got some really ambitious young college kids putting away a couple $100s a month, which is going to be great for them going forward. I work with many retirees who've worked their entire lives, saving and investing. They're now living on their investment nest egg, thinking about leaving an inheritance, possibly to their kids or to a estate or charity of their choice. I do work with a lot of women. Making women feel financially fit and comfortable is really important to me. I was raised by a single mom. My father passed away suddenly when I was young. My mother found herself in charge of our finances with 3 young kids. And many women, most women at some point in their lives will be in charge of their finances if they're not already. So this is really important to me. They're typically great investors, sometimes just lacking a little bit in confidence.
I've heard that same sentiment echoed over and over from my mom, from my mom's friends, to really try and work on your own independence financially as well, because at some point you're going to need that if you don't already. So when you talk about, the types of things that you're helping people with, the different ages, what specifically are you helping people do to achieve that financial freedom?
Yeah, so I can help with all aspects of saving and investing, whether that is saving for retirement, living in retirement, insurance, legacy, estate planning, et cetera. Here at Edward Jones, we really want to focus on what's important to you, to understand what's important to you. We have an established process and build personalized strategies to help you achieve your goals. And then we partner throughout your life to make sure you're on track to meet those goals.
How do people begin it? Because I think sometimes that's the hardest part, right? It's saying, well, maybe I don't have enough to do something with, but I need to start.
So again, it's never too late. It's never too early. There are some people that think you need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars to work with a financial advisor. I believe that to be patently false. Anyone and everyone should have one, again, to help you formulate a plan and to keep you on track. I've been in financial services my entire career, and one thing I know to be true: investing is emotional and it can be very stressful. And that is the important role a financial advisor can and will play for you, helping take the emotion out of investing, keeping you on track, and preventing you from doing exactly the wrong thing at the wrong time. There's a study in our industry that we refer to oftentimes. It's called the Dollar Bar study, that shows market returns over historical periods. If you look at actual investor returns over those same periods, unfortunately, investors typically achieve only half of what the market returns are. Again, it's very difficult to stay the course when times are turbulent. I read a quote recently that seems appropriate. Vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. So it's always good to have a plan. It may shift from time to time, and it will, but you want to have a plan.
I think that's so smart. And I love what you said, because money is so emotional for so many of us. And so to have someone who kind of sees it a bit more as a science and for the numbers that it is truly helpful. So is that the key when you're talking about navigating a market pullback, is to have somebody like you to say, this is the time to move it, or this is the time to keep it steady?
I think it can be. And number one, don't panic. Review your strategy and really try not to make any major changes. Oftentimes during a pullback, the typical investor reaction is to sell. You're locking in losses when markets are low. Possibly during a pullback, that's a great opportunity to buy. Again, depending on your risk tolerance and time horizon. You want to have a plan, you want to stick with that plan, and you don't want to make emotional decisions.
What's one thing that you would advise everybody who's listening to you today saying, I like what she has to say, what should they do? What's the first thing that everybody should do?
If you don't have a financial advisor, please give me a call. Barbara Layden in my office here is my partner and fabulous. We would love to meet you, work with you, understand what's important to you. What are your goals? Can we help you achieve those goals? If you have a financial advisor and you haven't talked to them recently, call them and make an appointment immediately. If you're not getting the service that you need today, again, give me a call. I'm happy to provide a portfolio review, second opinion. Would love to be a resource for you here locally.
And I know that you do free, no obligation initial meetings. Are those right now virtual or are they in person?
Right now, they are all virtual. And again, some people are comfortable with a computer. Some people are more comfortable on the phone. I have had a couple social distancing meetings, right, here at Collectivo. Whatever the person is comfortable with, I can manage.
Susie, it was a pleasure to chat with you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. You can contact Susie Brotz at this information with Edward Jones. It's 262-302-4151 or edwardjones.com/Susie-Brotz.